Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's Limitless again. So I've been having a bunch of interruptions today, but this will be the last video either way for today. So make sure you go ahead and smash that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you. And if you don't, well then I guess, they're just going to come out, chromatic now I suppose. Just going to come out with a new character, it's gonna replace some of the great heroes now, like the monk and everything, and you know what? We're just gonna never be able to do onslaught properly again. Alright guys, so right now what I have going on is basically the setup that I mentioned I wanted to do before, where I'm using earth shatters on every lane, and I'm doing the double flame aura, double explosive traps with the LSA to go ahead and buff everything, but I also added in some oil geysers because, as you can see, some maps like this only have a few lanes, but they have fantastic amounts of DU. So for this, you can see I could build over much more than I have. I'm using what is this right here? It's what, 60, 120. That's what, 160, 180, 220 per lane, I think. And then, of course, the reason why the math doesn't come out is because I've got, extra flame auras right here, because I have flyers, and they're bullet sponge. So without using a piercer servo, I can't go ahead and use my my sky guards. Which is fine, because I wasn't actually planning to use them anyway. And I've got EMP Kamikaze here, so I dropped an extra flame aura right there. And now you can see Zerkers and healers there are controlled burn. That's partly why I decided to go ahead and grab these oil geysers. Now I did change things up just a little bit, so I'll go ahead and show what I'm using. Got my flame aura, mass, destro, deadly. All the stuff is gilded, that fun stuff. Got the apprentice using deadly, destro, earth toss, gilded, and there's that. Huntress, I think I left her nearly the same. I think what it was, I replaced a destro with deadly strikes just for a small buff to the range, and I've added this lavamancer, so he's using maxed oil spill. So that anything that gets hit by the oil geyser has a 30% chance to stun for 2 seconds, as well as being drenched, which is a slow. And then we're going double range on it, because this has absolutely horrible range scaling. Like you can see with a maxed vicious and a gilded deadly strikes, damage radius. That's, but it should be kind of fun to watch. So we'll go ahead and get into this here and see what it does. Yikes. That was just pure destruction right there. Yeah, that was actually just lovely to watch. Look at that. I'm not firing or anything, I don't have a hero aura adding damage because I'm not on the barbarian, so it's not adding cold damage to the mix. This is literally just how the build is proccing on its own. That is fantastic. And of course there's no walls in this build, but with the amount of DU I have left, I could easily throw them in. Yeah, we're on 458. There we go. He almost made it through, but he was drenched. And so my earth shatter finished him off. That was pretty sweet, to be honest. So you can see, guys, a key thing that I've done for this build to make proper room for these geysers, I have shifted the LSA off-center to the side to make a proper way through for the enemies to run into it. To be honest, I could probably shift this all backwards and put that a little more centered, but, you know, who cares that much? Alright guys, so I'm thinking, well, I'm thinking a lot of things right now actually, but personally I'm thinking that I want to, you know, maybe just buff the LSA and see if that would do enough to help out with any stragglers, because they should be drenched if they get through. So holy cow, there's a lot of stuff just going off. Like, that is ridiculous. I mean, I don't have any proper stun combos going on in here, so it's pretty ridiculous to see that much going off. It's just like a semi-stall / mainly DPS setup. It's really interesting to watch. I have never done this build before, so... But I look for ways to experiment and have a little bit of fun that are not by any means normal. Oh! Yeah, that Dragon Lord just got destroyed. I was gonna go look for him, but then he was gone. I mean, I understand that this isn't, you know, an Omega high floor or anything like that. But, let's be honest here, this is definitely higher than some people can hit on their own. So, you know, to just be, like, breezing through it is a good feeling, you know? I mean, you need 30 to AP. You know, 430 for the first time. Maybe even a second again, I'm not sure if that goes like that for the first. It's been a little while since then. I'm at AP 24. And obviously, going through this, I'll be able to AP whatever I want once I pass 66. Around 58 now, so we're really pretty close. I got my volume down pretty low too, so hopefully nobody, you know, gets their ears blasted. Yeah, so if you guys made this part of the video, go ahead and let me know what you think of the new mic. I replaced the one that I had from 6 or 7 years ago, Skull Candy, $100 headset. It's really fantastic headset, but I mean, obviously it's been a little while now. So. Ooh, look at that. So he did catch a stun, but I think it's because he's no longer drenched that he's not taking damage. So we'll just go ahead and add a little bit of hero there. There we go. Yeah, it seems like the drench doesn't last very long, and I can tell you why that is too. It's because of the flame damage that I'm using. But I was hoping that the lightning strikes, you know, being at 7.3 mil basically, would have done a little bit more, but I mean, if it shreds everything but the bosses, then there's no real reason to worry. You can just come in with a hero, whether it be a tank or whatever. So I mean, that's pretty easy. Oh, he spawned like way behind. That's not cool, bud. I'm gonna have to ask you to go away. That was really ridiculous. He just like spawned behind everything I'd done. I think he was just getting a little bit slapped by the earth shatter there. And I don't think anything else was bothering him. Because I was straight up wondering where he was. But I did not expect him to just be, you know, behind me here. That's like super underhanded. Not cool, guys, not cool. Okay, so he got shredded down here. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the only reason he didn't get shredded, because you could see he was on fire and all kinds of stuff, like he should have been taking heavy damage. It was just that he was controlled burn, and the flame wars kept burning the oil off. But even so, they only cost 20 apiece. So it's just something kind of fun to go ahead and try. You know, kind of do whatever you want to do with it. On the last wave, so we're just going to go see how that goes. And I saw that Sakarian pop up. I'm hoping that he's not behind me. Because, you know, that's not cool. Okay, let's take a look. Yep, he was behind me. You get the burn, bud. So yeah, I don't know what it is with the Slikelian spawns here, those big skeletons. But they're just spawning like somewhere back here or whatever, and just, you know, completely getting to avoid everything I'm doing right from the start. And that's just so wrong. That's so wrong, dude. Let's see, Gregory. It doesn't look like he's gonna make it. I could be wrong. With that little dude there, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and help out just a little bit. But it looks like that's because he was from the controlled burn lane. So the idea is with this, any kind of setup like this that you're using mainly, you know, right up in their face DPS, there's one thing you definitely don't want, and another thing that could make it harder if you're not using real stun combos like me. And the first one is Kursikaze. That will absolutely wreck you if you're not using, you know, like level 10 tenacity cast 8, or if you're not using, what is it, automation, which I'm using automation on the wall because, you know, it's not like I really need to put something there. It's not an attack type wall, so. There it is. We're just gonna kind of do this for fun. And of course, you know, anybody that doesn't know how this is, well, you get to see what happens. You should get 2 drops out of this chest anytime you get the chance to open it. Oh, shoot. That's my bad. I got ahead of myself there. I need to actually make the key first. Duh. Ta-da. Key time.
What do you want, mayonnaise salad? No, that's fine.
So yeah, that flyer's handled really well. Okay, let's get our 2 drops. Thanks. Appreciate it. So we're gonna move on, and I guess we'll go ahead and, you know, do one more floor here. Okay, you know what? I will show you guys, like, my updated build. So I'm gonna go ahead and take, like, you know, this weirdly fun build off and change it up a bit. Oh yeah, just in time too. Of course it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and change things up a bit here. Huntress here, she's actually using the stuff that I need for some other things. I don't need mass destruction for that, or the thing that we're gonna bring these over to. Go check out bag 7 here. Yep, that's all the things I just took off. Pretty sure. Yeah. Let's check our drops real quick here and see what we got. Nothing too amazing. And that's Gilded Destruction. That's cute. We bring that over. Make sure it's locked, because we are not getting rid of that even by accident. It's just not going to happen. That's not the way we roll. Excuse me. Alright guys, so in this case we want to go ahead and switch Nuke in here. And I just named that because originally I was nuking stuff with the weapon MFR with the shocking rev on it. But it was not a water shocking rev, which really sucks. Yeah, so I need the defense rate, deadly strikes. We're not using mass destruction. But we will use a destruction. Just because it can do decent DPS and it's poison, so it does extra percentage DPS. So we want to go ahead and try to take advantage of it possibly doing DPS. Okay, so there's that. Lavamancer. I'm going to need this medallion back. And we'll see about the range mods. I don't exactly remember what I left on him. Okay, so I've got another good vicious strikes on there. And let's go ahead and remove that destruction, because there's a gilded destruction right there. And we can go ahead and try to do mass and see how we like that. I did use why I'm so broke, I did use some extra cash to gild another vicious, and then I also used another 2 mil to bring this up to C8, so I get the full benefit of the defense rate servo. So that is how that went. Lots of fun there. Okay, this is great. And then this here, I think we'll go ahead and flip those. Make sure that he's using... Yeah. Yep, okay. So we should be pretty good here. So let's go ahead and check what we got here. So what I'm going to try to do is with nuke here. You know what, let's just build it and really only check for flyers. Let's see. That's pretty fantastic. That should be easy to take down. Wait, what's the modifier? Yeah, that should be easy to take down. And that should be somewhere in the middle. Okay. So the flyers are doable. So what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to single node on these, and we'll go ahead and get this ready here. That way we have our petrify combo going in, because normally I do use the petrify combo. Sometimes I will use it on proton beams, sometimes I'll use it on that. Just kinda, you know, if I really need to change over to proton beams, then I will. But otherwise I like the radial attack, which is why I paid a little bit extra. That's a nice thing about having range on your earth shatters. Because I mean, true, this is like my second build, but first build goes without the excess range. But this way you can keep them well out of harm's range. And I say range because range is very important here, and you gotta drill that in. So let's try doing something like that. Yep, I hit clear in the doorway, so that's good. That's easy. That's nice. And hopefully nothing's gonna sit here and be controlled burn. That wouldn't be my favorite thing in the world right now. But I just kind of want to build and see what happens. So we'll do this. Actually, let's check real quick. Okay, there's a bunch of those dudes, so we'll go ahead and separate these and hold on. Try not to cough into the mic. I've noticed this mic is definitely more sensitive, and I'm trying not to, you know, blow someone's eardrums out. No ear rape. So let's see, there's a bunch of those dudes there. Sometimes I would try to do this, where I drop 3 of them, so that way hopefully they can't get them all, if they happen to get any of them. But with all this, you know, stun and knock up, they might not. And with the fact that Earth Shatters with the Shatterquake on will proc my Grave Infection and Frostfire, these ones right here, the 10 and 9, those will auto proc, so makes my job really nice. So this is kind of like my OCD here. Even if they're useless, I do like to go ahead and fire them up. Now, to be clear, guys, it is not at all necessary to fire these up. All you have to do is either, you know, use tenacities on your stuff so they can't get shut down, or just fire up the ones that actually affect your stuff after they've been frozen. That'll make your job a lot easier. So, we've got those placed. Now, because these are just, you know, kamikazes and whatnot, I would like to do kind of the normal thing here and try to space these out so I can put one up here and just kind of increase the elevation to help my range a little bit, so I can usually just nab them out of the sky. Alright, so normally I would put 2 of these here and over here, and, you know, just kind of see what happens. Then we'll kind of do that. And then I need to put one up here. Absolutely gotta do that. That's actually pretty nice. I don't think I want a chance missing that. And now, something I have noticed, guys, placing your Skyguard towers, there's somewhere in this area that if you hit it just right, kamikazes will smack into the wall here and miss it, but I don't exactly know where that is. Just being honest here, so I'm just gonna throw it there and, you know, see whatever it is. It's almost 8 mil at tier 1, so that's cute. It's water, so it automatically drenches and slows them down. Of course, when applicable, I guess I should say. Go ahead and grab our main monk again here. We got a little bit left, so I think I'm just gonna pop a flame aura right there, and then we'll go ahead and put our range back on. So I think everything's set up, so we'll just try it out and see what happens. Obviously I didn't go too crazy looking at lanes or anything like that, so we'll see what changes. There we go. I'm not using any tenacities. Are you knocking? Okay, thanks. She wants me to come try the rolls that we made together earlier. Oh yeah, those were nice. I don't know what this was right here. I just kind of saw something dead right here. Just for a split second. Yeah, so far nothing's making it through. Okay, Timmy's, nice. Timmy's are beautiful. First off, they actually look kind of cool with the color scheme and everything. And then of course second, they're really, really ooh yeah. Nice and easy. Alright guys, that went so swimmingly that I'm just going to go ahead and drop the next wave. I'm leaving 20 out for, you know, wherever I decide I want to say. Yeah?
Are you bringing some?
No thanks. It can wait a second, right? okay. I don't know if that's a yes or a no. I'm just not gonna, you know, be disrespectful like that and eat during the stream, so. So basically, guys, the idea of this strat is basically like my original plus something. So originally what I did, I went ahead and used more MFR nodes to increase the chance of stunning along, you know, with the earth for my earth shatters. However, that does reduce your overall DPS. Because an extra node, the original is 60 and every subsequent node costs another 30. But each flame war costs 30 as well. So instead of dropping 3 nodes, like I did on some lanes, I can drop 1 node and then 2 flame auras. It's the same cost. And then of course, that synergizes really well because either, you know, their elemental combos stun whatever it is, or the earth shatter has a chance of knocking it up in the air. Come on now, light it up. Oh wow, I didn't even see what happened. Ah well, that's whatever. It's easy enough. I legit did not even see what happened. But I can guess. I'm pretty sure I was just too slow on fixing him up because, you know, it's not a 100% chance to always strike him, so. And that meant my stuff was frozen, so. But it's not a prime, so it's not something that I really work too hard at. So what we're going to do, we're just going to let it go and just start up again. But the thing is, the synergizes really well with the water Skyguard, and that's because first off, this can still do storm damage. So flyers that get hit that have to go over a weapon man patch can still get electrocuted stunned. And then of course, there's also the fact that anything that gets knocked up by the earth shatter temporarily counts as a flying mob. So they get targeted by skyguards as well, and there are obviously areas that you would use your skyguards. A lot more than what I'm doing right here, where I'm using legitimately just one. There we go, get out of here, bud. Let's see, where is he? Oh, he's right over here. Oh, he's petrified, yeah, so he's a goner. There we go, quick recovery. Oh, something's out. That's not good. That's all it is. You just gotta pay attention, which I don't often. See, stuff got stunned here. That's what went wrong there. Basically, you know, stuff was getting frozen, stuff got stunned. Now, if we want to take a look here, we can see, okay, those stunners didn't come from here. So if I wanted, I could ramp up the DPS here, and maybe even kill them before they get anywhere. And if I wanted to make extra sure, I could say, okay, you know, this is where I want to drop my LSA then. And just bring that out. Oh, wrong character. There we go. And that will buff this even further. Waiting for the buff to kick in. There it is. Went from almost 4 to basically 5.5 mil. So that should start cooking them right away. And, you know, that kind of thing is what I saved that last 24, because they'll add their own damage and buff that thing. So, nothing's frozen, let's go ahead and jump back into it, and then we'll take a look. Yep, they're getting killed at the gate. That's fantastic. You know, guys, this is one thing too. You can move that Earth Shatter up here, and it will essentially only affect that one and that one on this corner when he does that. But I do all three just because this guaranteed keeps it out of Flyer's way, you know. Nothing's gonna dive bomb it there ever. So get out of here, bud. What are you doing? Like, you're not gonna assassinate me, bud.
Yep, yeah.
Geode Prime, that's such a great boss. Like, ridiculous. And that's just because that boss can't kill your core. Okay. Ah, he's off. Here. There we go. Anyways, I actually made a mistake there. So you saw that these were frozen. I didn't put them close enough to this flame to make that a single action, which I should have. And I still could. But I don't care that much. You know, we're here to have fun, you know, not bring it all down to a science. Now, of course, guys, if you're still having trouble, you know, say you try to copy my build or something like that, there is something you could do to, you know, make it a little bit easier on yourselves. So the Squire has a training dummy, which can be, you know, just a fine wall that only costs 20. So if you know, were to delete an extra flame aura off of somewhere, so maybe I'd only use two over there instead of 3. Maybe I wouldn't drop this flame aura at all. That would give me 60, so I could drop 3 20-point walls, you know, which would, like I said, training dummy or the Dryad's tree. So we'll go ahead and run into it here. But yeah, I'm just not using walls, but had I, it would have prevented any of my losses. Which I think has only been one, but I think I've had one and a close call. And that's just because, yeah, I'm lazy. I'm fine with that, you know, because in the end, I'll still win. Basically, I'm trying not to hero DPS this either if I don't have to. Because I just want to show off the build, because not everybody's going to have my level mods. Some will have better than me. Most will, you know, not have quite as good as what I have on. Look at that, he almost didn't make it. So we'll just one tap him there. Is it all those flyers? Get out of here, bud. We don't need these. Yep. Alright, so that is basically a win. Because no matter where Drakenlord pops in, there's 3 locations. There's one over here, one over here, and then there's one down there. No matter which way he comes in, he's getting petrified, so he's just gonna get destroyed. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Good night, bud. Oh, yeah, maybe I should flare that up. There we go. I was like, wait a second. My traps are frozen. Alright, guys, well, you can see. I wasn't careful at all. In fact, I didn't look anywhere near, not even the same world as what I should have to build this properly. I just kind of did a real general thing, and that was good enough for me. as you can see, you know, you can refine this. You can do something different. You know, you can do whatever. It's not a big thing. I'm just throwing out options here to make the game more fun / functional at times. So, alright guys, well then I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, and God bless.